Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly Pick a Card Tarot readings for the week of August 22nd. If you're new here, my name is Sydney, I'm the tarot guy next door, and I use my occult knowledge and intuition to help guide you towards the life you want. If you're into that, make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you're always up to date on the advice that the cards have for you. I'll be doing 5-card open readings, and here are the decks that I have for you. We have the Tarot de Marseille with white crystal, the Borderless Rider-Waite-Smith with lapis lazuli, and the Universal Rider-Waite-Smith with red jasper. We also have 4 different oracle cards to choose from 4 different decks. So go ahead and pick which tarot deck and which oracle card resonate with you the most. If you're drawn to more than one, that's fine. You might have a combination of messages. And of course, you can pause this video if you need more time. As always with collective readings, take what resonates with you and leave aside what doesn't. To jump straight to your reading, please use the timestamps that I've provided below. And with that, let's go right to the readings. All right, group 1, let's see what we have for you. Happy Virgo season, by the way. Hopefully I remember to wish that to the other 2 groups. So, as you presumably know, I'm just going to throw all 5 cards down. I'm going to stare at them and see what we got. Let me just adjust this. Yeah, let's spread this out a little like that. How is that for you? Yeah, excellent. All right. Actually. Cool. Group 1, I see for you for this week an opportunity to bring something to completion that will cause significant emotional fulfillment, which I'm getting from the 10 of Cups here, also reinforced by the 4 of Cups at the bottom of your deck here. Now, bringing something to completion is a pretty clear theme in this line, but I just want to analyze this line here for a second. So, from what I see here, the creativity expressed by the 3 of Coins here comes through for you in making do with what resources that you have in order to step through the portal and bring whatever you're trying to accomplish to completion, which is awesome. And I think that if there was one lesson to pull away from this week, I have the feeling that it's the lesson that usually comes with the Fool in the modern Rider-Waite-Smith interpretation of you already have enough, and to find creative ways to bring what you have combined with the knowledge that you have acquired to this point to step through the portal and bring things to completion. So honestly, what I would tell you, group 1, is to enjoy it and to remember that you have enough. All you need is, the meme phrase, work smarter, not harder, is coming to mind, and it's coming through with this 3 of Coins here. But all in all, this is looking like a really... it's looking like a breakthrough week for you, which I'm reading by the World card here, which again, I'm reading as a portal combined with the 10 of Cups here. So honestly, I don't have that much more to add to this reading. Good on you, enjoy it. Don't forget to be creative and to use the knowledge that you've acquired, and don't be afraid to step through the portal, So that's that. So thank you very much for watching. I will invite you to use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your oracle card reading. All right, group 2, happy Virgo season, and let's see what we have for you for this week. So, well, we have the grinding card along with a dramatic completion, so to speak. Let's just throw down all 5 cards. It's funny that it's almost as if whatever you're bringing to completion, it's almost as if whatever you're bringing to completion and the level that you graduate at, and it's funny that the Page of Swords is here with the 10 of Swords. You've often heard me say that I read pages like they're graduated aces, and it's funny to see the corresponding 10 and the graduation ceremony come through here. So I think that for you, it is important to realize that whatever you're being invited to let go of, whatever you're being invited to complete, I'm wording it that way because it came to me that the completion might not be behind you, it might be ahead of you, but the message is the same. When you bring something to an end, it can be there could be a moment of confusion where you're kind of figuring out what the new map looks like, which I'm getting from this line in its entirety. So I would tell you to heed the lesson of the Eight of Coins here, which is a card of gradual improvement through repetition. I call it the grinding card. So honestly, I think that don't let the confusion of the new territory that you're at after bringing something to an end stop you from believing in your ability to deal with the challenges, and don't let it stop you from moving forward also. Because it's okay to take a moment to assess the territory. I just now noticed that we have the 7 and the 8 of coins. I don't think that means anything. It's just something I noticed. Anyway, it's okay when you're... you know, it's kind of like when you finish a level in a video game and you start the new level. It's fine to take a moment to explore what the level is, to try to figure out what the rules are, but don't forget that the lessons that you learned on the last level, like assuming that the game is well designed, which I would argue the game of life is. Remember that whatever you learned in the last level should be useful to help you complete this level. So I understand the moment of confusion where you're kind of trying to figure out what this new level is, but don't let the hesitation stop you from taking steps. I think it's important, coming around to this temperance card here, to find a balance between the lessons that you have learned from the past and how to apply them to the present challenges that are in front of you. And that will be, you might not crush the level at your first attempt. However, through repetition with the lessons that you've learned from here, it should be... you should be able to, complete this new level that this week represents for you. So all in all, it's okay to be confused and to take a moment to assess the map, but don't let, I call the Page of Swords the new freshman on campus card. It's okay to feel insecure, but I would wager that you'd be surprised that if you just, realize that you don't need to know it all to know enough to take the next step. And that as soon as you start taking steps, you would surprise yourself as to how well you are at dealing with the challenges, despite initial stumbles that might happen while you're, working this new level. So I have the feeling that I'm looping, so I will end the reading there. Thank you very much for watching, and you can use the timestamps in the description below to go to your Oracle card reading. All right. All right, Group 3, happy Virgo season to you. Let's see what we have for you for this week. Okay, this is interesting. The phrase that comes to mind often when I pull the Four of Swords reverse is come out of your shell. That's a knee-jerk reaction, though. That might not be what the card is saying, but with the emotional, nurturing, motherly, engulfing with nourishment nature of the Queen of Cups, that is interesting. Let's see how this reading plays out. Okay, so... actually, let me just throw down the middle card here. All right, let me, this should be good. Okay, I have the nagging feeling that a significant number of you watched last week's video, which I recorded yesterday and is still like pretty fresh in my mind. What's giving me that impression is the disappointment here and the Nine of Swords reversed here. What I will say, and honestly, these three court cards, the way they make the most sense is as different aspects of yourself. So what I'm gathering here is that this week it's okay to process disappointment and take some time, some me time to process whatever emotions are going through when you're facing disappointment. I'll say what I always say when I pull the Five of Cups, which is that there are still two cups standing behind this guy, and all he has to do is turn around to see them and also see a path towards the bridge in the background here. So what I was gonna say is, I have the feeling that this week is going to be an opportunity for you to move forward from the disappointments of last week. I'm not saying that, and I'm gonna stop hammering the phrase last week for those of you who didn't watch that video. But the thing is, I have the feeling that the emotional processing that is necessary to get over disappointment, for lack of a better description, will be key for you to turn that disappointment into lessons to help guide you through, the ultimate knowledge, and figure out how you can use these lessons to actually go out on this new adventure and open up this new path that whatever past disappointments have brought you. So I would take this as an opportunity to, through nurturing and being patient and kind with yourself, to really take the time to turn, to basically sift for the gold that is in the mud that this Five of Cups represents. And I think that a key for you to do that is to actually come out of your shell. We've circled back to the first card that I turned over. So this is another phrase, like I feel like I say this every fucking reading, which is you might not know it all, but you know enough to move forward. I would encourage you, and I don't think it's a problem, mainly due to the fact that most of your reading is upright, and especially that the Queen of Cups is upright as well as the King of Swords here. So I don't think that this is a particularly significant danger, but I just want to invite you to keep in mind that when you're processing, when you're going through something and trying to sift for the gold and to turn the lemons into lemonade and all that stuff, that at some point, you gotta set up your stand and sell some lemonade, and that cannot be done from the comfort of your kitchen. I'm beating this lemonade stand metaphor to death, but yeah, just keep in mind that processing is one thing, but in order to keep this Queen of Cups upright and not turn her upside down, where actually, what I would say about the Queen of Cups, if she was upside down, if she was reversed, is not that relevant. But in order to prevent this, the completion of the emotional processing that is required, or that you're going through, or that you're being invited to go through, that completion happens out there. Not necessarily like from the comfort of your metaphorical kitchen. So try to keep that in mind. And I'm speaking as if I'm giving you a warning, but I am optimistic, especially with the King of Swords in the middle of your cross here. Just remember that you can navigate this week at this new level using the lessons from the disappointment. Yeah. Honestly, I think that I'm going to wrap up the reading there. I feel like I'm looping. So I will thank you very much for being here, and please stay tuned for your Oracle card readings, which are coming up right now. All right, let's do that. Excellent. So, Group A with the Star Codes Astro Oracle, your card is Aries. So the word at the bottom of this card here is act. And I think that given the readings that I just gave, I think it should be self-evident. You're being, for lack of a better word, called out to actually take action towards what you want to achieve. You know, you can plan and plan and plan and process and process and process depending on the reading I just gave you. But at some point you got to step onto the football field and you know, grab the hold of the football and smash bodies with people in order to get the ball to the goal line. So try to keep that in mind. Group B with the Moonology card. Let's go New Moon in Virgo. Nope. It's kind of a meme that I want to pull the lunation that's going to happen this week. Anyway, coming up to your reading, it is waning moon. What do you need to release? I think that for you, it is important to remember that there are things. What got you here won't necessarily get you there. And sometimes you reach a point where the habits that you've built up and the lessons that you've learned have reached their, for lack of a better term, expiration date. And at that point, it's time to, you know, let go of them to learn new lessons that will take you to the next level. So try to keep that in mind for this week. Group C with the Egyptian Gods Oracle, your Egyptian god is Thoth with wholeness. So I don't know much about this particular god. He's the god of knowledge, but the message is a message of wholeness. So try to I would encourage you, based on this card and the readings that I just gave, to really focus on every little voice in your head deserves a seat at the table. And that doesn't mean that you should heed everything that they say and do everything that the little voices say, but this is a warning to not necessarily cast out an aspect of yourself that you're like. It's kind of the opposite of the Moonology card that I just read. It's not necessarily a question of letting go of parts of yourself, but to make sure that you don't neglect parts of yourself and to not be at war with yourself, and to really try to focus on harmonizing with yourself. I'm saying that word a lot here, but I hope I'm being clear. To basically make sure that every aspect of yourself has a seat at the table, even though not all aspects of yourself get to steer the ship, so to speak. Good. Group D with the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, your card is Power, which is the moon in Scorpio. This, I actually caught a glimpse at this card earlier. Let me take a moment to really absorb this imagery here. So there are a couple phrases that come to mind with this card. The first one is still waters run deep, which I'm getting with this woman's face under the surface here. The other one is that the agency and power that you seek lies on the other side of the portal, which is literally a part of one of the readings that I gave. But for everyone here, just remember that to integrate what you want to integrate, which I'm getting from the sun and the moon on the other side of this portal here, it requires stepping across the threshold, whatever it represents for you. So keep that in mind and take that as an invitation to actually cross the portal, to step into your power. Thank you so much for watching. If your reading resonated with you, please let me know in the comments. I hope you have a great week. Thanks again for watching. You take care. I'll see you soon.